Active and passive voice explained. Voice in grammar refers to the relationship between the subject and the action in a sentence. There are two main types of voice in English: active voice and passive voice. The key difference between them lies in which part of the sentence is emphasized: the subject performing the action, active voice, or the object receiving the action, passive voice. 1. Active voice. In active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action, verb, on the object. Examples: 1. The teacher subject explained verb, the lesson object. 2. She subject bakes verb cakes object. 3. The dog subject chased verb the ball object. 2. Passive voice. In passive voice, the object of the action becomes the subject of the sentence, and the subject performing the action is either omitted or included after the verb with the preposition by. Examples: 1. The lesson subject was explained verb by the teacher agent. 2. Cakes subject are baked verb by her agent. 3. The ball subject was chased verb by the dog agent. How to change active to passive voice. To change an active voice sentence into a passive voice sentence, follow these steps. 1. Identify the subject, verb, and object in the active sentence. 2. Move the object to the subject position in the passive sentence. 3. Change the verb to the appropriate form of be, am, is, are, was, were, etc., and use the past participle of the main verb. 4. The subject of the active voice, if needed, becomes the agent placed after the verb with by. Examples of converting active to passive. 1. Active voice. The chef cooked the meal. Passive voice. The meal was cooked by the chef. 2. Active voice. They will complete the project tomorrow. Passive voice. The project will be completed tomorrow by them. 3. Active voice. I read the book. Passive voice. The book was read by me. When to use active and passive voice. Active voice. It is typically clearer and more direct. Use it when you want to emphasize the subject or who is performing the action. Example: she wrote the report. Focus on who wrote the report. Passive voice. It is often used when the action or the receiver of the action is more important than the subject, or when the doer of the action is unknown or irrelevant. Example: the report was written. Focus on the report itself. Example: the window was broken. The person who broke the window is not important or not known. Active to passive voice examples. 1. Simple present tense. Active: they make the decisions. Passive: the decisions are made by them. Active: the manager organizes the meetings. Passive: the meetings are organized by the manager. 2. Present continuous tense. Active: she is preparing the report. Passive: the report is being prepared by her. Active: the workers are painting the house. Passive: the house is being painted by the workers. Simple past tense. Active: he ate the pizza. Passive: the pizza was eaten by him. Active: the team won the match. Passive: the match was won by the team. 4. Past continuous tense. Active: they were building the bridge. Passive: the bridge was being built by them. Active: she was reading the book. Passive: the book was being read by her. 5. Future tense. Active: they will complete the project by Friday. Passive: the project will be completed by Friday. Active: the teacher will give the lecture. Passive: the lecture will be given by the teacher. 6. Present perfect tense. Active: they have repaired the car. Passive: the car has been repaired by them. Active: she has written the letter. Passive: the letter has been written by her. 7. Past perfect tense. Active: they had already finished the task. Passive: the task had already been finished by them. Active: I had lost my keys. Passive: my keys had been lost by me. 8. Future perfect tense. Active: they will have solved the problem by then. Passive: the problem will have been solved by then. Active: I will have sent the email by tomorrow. Passive: the email will have been sent by tomorrow. Passive voice with no agent. In many passive sentences, the agent, the doer of the action, is omitted because it is either unknown, irrelevant, or implied. 1. Active: they arrested the criminal. Passive: the criminal was arrested. 2. Active: people speak English all over the world. Passive: English is spoken all over the world. 3. Active: someone stole my wallet. Passive: my wallet was stolen. 4. Active: the company hired a new manager. Passive: a new manager was hired. 5. Active: the scientists conducted an experiment. Passive: An experiment was conducted. More complex examples. 1. Active. The teacher has been explaining the lesson for an hour. Passive. The lesson has been being explained by the teacher for an hour. 2. Active. They had been discussing the project when I arrived. Passive. The project had been being discussed when I arrived. 3. Active. The committee will have made a decision by next week. Passive. A decision will have been made by the committee by next week. 4. Active. The technician will be repairing the system tomorrow. Passive. The system will be being repaired by the technician tomorrow. Verbs that frequently appear in passive voice. Certain verbs are often used in passive constructions, especially in formal, scientific, or academic contexts. Some common ones are become, say, report, find, consider, show, and believe. 1. Active. The researchers believe the theory is correct. Passive. The theory is believed to be correct by the researchers. 2. Active. The manager considers the report valuable. Passive. The report is considered valuable by the manager. 3. Active. They say that he is a great artist. Passive. It is said that he is a great artist. 4. Active. People believe he is guilty. Passive. He is believed to be guilty. Passive voice with modal verbs. Modal verbs can, could, should, may, might, must, will, etc. can also be used in the passive voice. 1. Active. They can solve the problem. Passive. The problem can be solved by them. 2. Active. The committee should approve the proposal. Passive. The proposal should be approved by the committee. 3. Active. They might have solved the issue. Passive. The issue might have been solved by them. 4. Active. We must finish the report by tomorrow. Passive. The report must be finished by tomorrow. Passive voice with get. In informal or conversational English, get can be used instead of be to form the passive voice. 1. Active. They cleaned the house. Passive. With get. The house got cleaned. 2. Active. I'll send the email. Passive. With get. The email will get sent. 3. Active. They built the house. Passive. With get. The house got built. These are some additional examples showcasing how sentences can shift between active and passive voice, allowing you to express the same idea with a different emphasis. 9. Active to passive with modals. Active. You must submit the report. Passive. The report must be submitted by you. Active. They can complete the task quickly. Passive. The task can be completed quickly by them. Active. She should finish the assignment before the deadline. Passive. The assignment should be finished before the deadline. 10. Passive voice with get. Active. They made the decision. Passive. With get. The decision got made. Active. He repaired the machine. Passive. With get. The machine got repaired.